mentions in this interview and other interviews that the person speaking and explaining to him the invisible string theory is a real conversation from the person that taught it to him. And
Oh yeah, I remember this. He was talking about the invisible string theory on the one interview slash podcast he was on. I remember I was looking up the invisible string theory, and it talks about how like you're soulmates and you're always connected to a person, and this person like you may be destined to be with them, and it may be trifling. It is trifling, the situation, this incident is as a whole. But like yeah, like it may be through like strife and all that, but obviously soulmates are destined to be with each other, and it's like yeah, soulmates are destined to be with each other. David, who are you destined to be with? Because as far as I'm concerned, like, yeah, I can't even grammar so. As far as I'm concerned, that person should have not been Celeste. Like, bro, I swear. You already know what it is, baby. Houston title thumbnail. More conjecture about the David incident, but you already know. First, little backstory. Of course, if you've seen our last video, we had checked out one of the hip-hop commentary goats, Trapper Ross. You already know we're checking him out again, so you already know we're going to share love when we get into the video. So, more on that, but you already know. When we checked out his video, he was going over more information on regards of David's Tesla, because as we know, obviously, within the whole incident coming out, we know that Celeste was found in the front of David's Tesla. But within that, they were talking about a whole bunch of information on how, like, the Tesla could be a key, well, definitely, as we know, but will most likely be a key part in really, like, you know what I'm saying, implicating David within this whole thing, because obviously there's a whole bunch of information you could find out from a Tesla, since it has Sentry mode with all the cameras around, obviously it being like, you know, fully electric, you know, saying technology based car. There's a whole bunch of details, like, you know, saying where he stopped at for location for superchargers, you know what I'm saying, just with it having geolocation in general, whole bunch of things like that. So yeah, in regards to his Tesla, that's really cooking him. But apparently, as you've seen within the title and thumbnail today, there's been some speculation, some rumors going around that heads are believing that David may have taken the life of Celeste in his own home, which obviously within this being a tragedy enough, if that were to be the case in the alleged, you know what I'm saying, hypothetical scenario, yeah, that's just terrible. And well, definitely, you know what I'm saying, obviously after they had raided his home, or one of them at least, it would be, you know, bad if they find out anything like that. Duh. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look at some of that information today, so let me not waste any more time. Truly talks everything, truly does indeed dap everything every single time. Let's see what's going on this time around within David's rumors within the incident. Like I said in the intro, a shout out to the love it, of course, Trapper Ross. We got LAPD believe David D4vd killed Celeste in his home. Of course, if you guys want to watch the OG video, down in the description, first link, sure to love it, of course, Trapper Ross. And it's not wasting any more time, because obviously, like we've been saying in the videos, with a tragedy like this, any info that comes out, we need to hear it.
so there's some new rumors floating around related to this David situation that are currently unconfirmed. But if these rumors do prove to be true, then it means that the time could be up for David at this point, man. So this post has been going around. Okay, Dom is Live News posted it originally. Okay, I haven't seen too many official news outlets or pages posting this, but he's put it out there. Police suspect Celeste may have been killed inside the home where David was staying. Now, it says police suspect she may have been killed inside the home. Investigators obtained a search warrant. So I don't know if this is being posted but simply because.
So within the investigation process, so they're at least that far to where, like, yeah, we know. Obviously, we were saying in an intro and seeing in other videos, like they had raided his home. There was that like picture of the one cop carrying out like a screen, like a computer screen, or like, you know what I'm saying, a type of junk like that. So they definitely have like devices and stuff. But yeah, if they're at like, you know, search warrant terms, and yeah, they're definitely at least, you know, in the deeper part of this investigative process.
Because the home is being searched, or whether somebody has more information. I don't know whether some sort of press release was circulated, whether he's seen something I haven't. But basically, he is saying that the police might believe that she passed away inside the home. Now, another rumor was going around. Now, for the record, this rumor has apparently been proven to be false, but there was a rumor that was going around that suggested that a child's remains were found near the home. And, you know, obviously a lot of people speculated that Celeste might have been pregnant when she lost her life. If this would have been
Again, the wifey, you know what I'm saying, Discord message. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'll tell you, you tell you guys the whole backstory or short story when wifey gets in here, like, and then like they were saying like a baby on the way or some shit.
been true. That would have been a really
It's
shocking
fucking
revelation.
terrible.
But apparently, it's not actually true. It's misinformation that's been posted. Okay, it says one viral post on X, formerly Twitter, received over 2.5 million views, claimed that infant remains were found near David's home and that Celeste was pregnant at the time of her death. The post reads, infant remains were discovered near David's residence. They confirmed Celeste was pregnant. Truth is slowly coming to light as they continue to investigate. The post had 2.5 million views, but apparently these claims are false. There have been no official reports indicating infant remains were found or that Celeste was pregnant. Law enforcement.
Yeah, that's obviously within, just not even within situations and, you know what I'm saying, incidents like this, just within, like, you know what I'm saying, the CDST, commentary drama slop T in general. Yeah, this is a casual thing. Heads will spread misinformation, post misinformation. Why? For engagement. And it is very frustrating. Very.
Enforcement has not released any information to support these rumors. So I think people are really just desperate for an update at this point. They're desperate for an arrest, and I think people are kind of maybe clutching at straws, just trying to find anything that they could possibly go on to try and connect these dots. But as I said in my last video, I think we're beginning to reach the saturation point where all of the evidence that's out there has kind of been found now, and most likely we're now just waiting for an update from the police. Now, there's been a few small updates from the various subreddits that are following this over the last, I guess, 12 hours since I last made a video. So we'll go over a few of those now, and then I'm going to do another video on the Itami situation. So some people are saying that Celeste's aunt has been clout chasing on Facebook. Okay, a couple of posts have circulated, and somebody's captioned it. What's crazy is that her aunt is on Facebook posting the GoFundMe, claiming she was kidnapped, but people are fighting back saying no, she wasn't. She ran away on multiple occasions, and y'all knew she was with someone called David. Additionally, the aunt is clout chasing from all her new Facebook followers, giving them shout outs and acting like an influencer. It's very odd. So this is going around, says, shout out to my new followers. I'm happy that they follow me. That's apparently the pinned post on her profile.
And it was 3 days ago from, like, what, now?
And there's a few more posts that...
Well, looking at, let me see the Reddit post. Does it show a date on this?
And y'all knew she was with someone called David. Additionally, the aunt is clout chasing from all her new Facebook followers, giving them
credit September 18th, so it would have to be from there on at the very least. Okay, so it's the 25th. So if she posted this 3 days ago, it's the 22nd. Yeah, it's a bit weird looking.
Shout outs that they follow me. That's apparently the pinned post on her profile. And there's a few more posts that have been circulating. She's apparently ecstatic that she's earned the new talent badge this week's recognition for emerging content that sparks interest among my fans. It says they haven't seen the girl for 2 years and they never raised funds to look for her, but now they do. No, man, something is wrong here. How come they say it was a kidnapping and before?
Oh, my bad. I'm blocking it.
Quite. RIP to that poor girl. She deserved a better life. Now, a lot of people have been speculating about whether David had some kind of mental illness.
That in general is something that we can obviously agree with. Now, again, like, we need to let her family, like, mourn. They were talking about this, like, yo, the parents need to be arrested and things such like that. Now, obviously, I will give credence. The things are a bit off here, you know what I'm saying? Just saying, like, thanks for the new followers and all that, which obviously I would assume people are going to duh, like, she's family of Celeste, like her aunt, so people are going to show support, you know what I'm saying, and share and mourn with her. But like it really just depends on like on the factor of like how much she's like taking it in. Like, hold on, let me see. Yeah, shout out to my new followers. I'm happy they follow me. Like, if it's in a factor of like totally disregarding like Celeste, just like obviously just not giving a fuck, then like obviously there's where you can condemn. But I don't think it's in like the regards of that. Like, obviously just showing appreciation to people or like sharing love with her. But I could see how people would say it's a bit off. Hold on, getting back over here. Don't want to block it.
That sparks interest. They do. No, man, something is wrong here. How come they say it was a kidnapping and before quite? RIP to that poor girl. She deserved a better life. Now, a lot of people...
Oh, yeah, but going back on that factor, obviously, the main thing is that, like, overall, we'd obviously say RIP Celeste, you know what I'm saying? And sharing more. Duh. You know what I'm saying? And see that this is, duh, again, a tragedy. That should have never happened to this young girly pop, because she should have never been in this situation, David.
People have been speculating about whether David had some kind of mental illness that caused him to be involved in this very sordid affair. So this is an extended post on the Celeste subreddit talking about whether or not they'll find out if he's mentally ill. So it says, a theory and some clues. I'm pretty sure we'll find out how mentally ill he's always been and meticulously planned and premeditated this whole thing. I don't know.
I would assume after like, oh yeah, after like investigation, interrogation within Dave, like, we're not within. But like with David, like when the detectives talk to him and all that, yeah, it'll probably show some very like you know, alarming, you know what I'm saying, on the psyche valve. Like, it'll show some alarming things.
why his family chose to take him out of school and homeschool him, but I'm pretty sure his mum and dad's had feelings about this sick side of him because they seem pretty controlling and religious. Maybe he was a troubled teen in school and the parents thought that having him at home under their watch would solve the issue. I think he always had dark thoughts, fantasized about murder, blood, and death, and being isolated playing video games did not help at all with his mental illness. Yes, he got lucky and became famous online, and when the money started coming in, his family let him be free. I think he had an obsession with Celeste, and he completely got lost in between real life and the world-building themes and aesthetics of his music and these
I think at the very least, like this third bullet point, like, you know what I'm saying, this down here, yeah, nah, this has got to be true. Like, again, with the imagery and stuff like that, like in a bunch of his, you know what I'm saying, music videos, stuff like that, he has like girls that are like looking just like Celeste. They like just look just like her. Yo, I keep tripping up. Trillican grammar for shit, as we fucking know, never being into dumbass allegations. But sidebar net, like again, yeah, like a bunch of heads were posting, you know what I'm saying, the imagery, the pictures of obviously David and Celeste together, him like wearing her clothes, her wearing his clothes. Like there was another thing they had pointed out in one of the Trappler Ross videos, I believe, on the ones he posted, that they were wearing like the same sweater or whatever, or like one of the sweaters David was wearing. It was like this. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's like in one. Yeah, it was this one. Where'd it go? Nope. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Yeah, in this image. Yeah, like so in this John, like this sweater he's wearing here, like there was a picture where like you could see on Celeste's arm, like she was posting on her Instagram story that like she had on the same John. So that's very incriminating. So you could definitely tell he had an obsession with Celeste. That's like undoubtable, especially obviously her being a minor and you're putting yourself in the situation being a grown adult past the age of consent and all that, to where you're still putting yourself with her and associating with her. Like you'd have to be obsessed knowing that. What did I say in the last video? PR, fucking optics, if we're just putting at the base level and not the morals and ethics level, which, on that, we're completely shot out. Yeah, this is a fucking, like, tanker, bro. This is a nightmare. Like,
alter egos, she was probably his first girlfriend. My theory is that he killed her before starting writing this last album, or maybe even after he finished writing it. My theory was that he killed her between October.
And it's weird because, yeah, this last, like, album or EP he dropped was on her, what's the name, birthday, too, September 7th.
In January. I want to share with you guys a few key points I found in his interviews and music, which says a lot. In one interview, he says, "That's what I feel for my art. It's beautiful for a time, so my music is only here for a temporary time. With it is the process of going back to where I came from, where it started. I wanted the album to sound like a goodbye, a send-off to the next era, or whatever I'm doing next." In every interview, he always talks about the invisible string theory and the Korean theory of Jeong. He mentions in this interview and other interviews that the person speaking and explaining to him the invisible string theory is a real conversation from the person that taught it to him. And
oh yeah, I remember this. He was talking about the invisible string theory on the one interview slash podcast he was on. I remember I was looking up the invisible string theory, and it talks about how like you're soulmates and you're always connected to a person, and this person, like, you may be destined to be with them, and it may be trifling. It is fucking trifling, the situation, this incident as a whole. But like, yeah, like it may be through like strife and all that, but obviously soulmates are destined to be with each other. And it's like, yeah, soulmates are destined to be with each other. David, who the fuck are you destined to be with? Because as far as I'm concerned, like, yeah, I can't even grammar because shit's so fucked. As far as I'm concerned, that person should have not been Celeste. Like, bro, I swear.
Says the irony is that this person was saying all of that, and in the end saying, "Don't leave me, don't leave me." She left me, and the irony is she's no longer in my life. So sometimes you may think this connection can't be broke, can't be severed in this lifetime, but sometimes it can. That's super creepy. When you look into these theories, Jeong is a deep emotional bond or attachment that develops over time between people, and sometimes even towards places or objects. It's often described as a mixture of affection, loyalty, empathy, and connection, and Jeong grows gradually through shared experiences and time spent together. It can make it hard to part from someone or something, even if the relationship isn't perfect. He says that the deluxe album is going to be different from Withered, but it will all make sense, and that people will say, obviously, that's the next step he would take after the rose has withered. Before the next flower I'm going to is Japanese lily. When we look up the meaning of the Japanese lily, the meaning is death and mourning. In Japanese culture, the red spider lily is often linked to death and the remembrance of a loved one who passed. Separation, the flower also symbolizes the separation between life and death, or the moment of...
And it just keeps leading back to, it's like, yo, separate the art from the artist, but it's like, again, at what point can we just skirt past that? And it's like, yo, brother, again, she was found in your Tesla. You have all this imagery. You have girly bobs that look just like her in your music videos and shit. what the fuck is going on here? Like,
transition as it blooms, just as summer fades into fall. I think he saw her as the main cause of his pain. I think sometime last year she decided to leave him, and she might have gone to be with friends and not with her family, and tried to step away from him. She seemed like she was scared of him. He has a lot of voice notes, her voice notes in his song, like the one saying, "You're always the one calling my phone. You calling. You have to figure out whatever's going on with you." He was obsessed with her and codependent. And this is a SoundCloud link to a song called "I Never Needed You." And it says, I think she did want to leave him, but this was out for the question for him. It was either love or death. And this is another song called Satan's Pursuit on SoundCloud. It was posted on November the 29th, 2023. It says, it kills me slowly day by day. I need to find somewhere to clean my thoughts, but I'm not happy at all. I'm driving on my lonely. I let...
see, and that's why, like, you know what I'm saying, there's so many, like, conspiracies and, like, theories of, like, if in the hypothetical, like, alleged scenario that David was the one that took her life, like, was it because of, like, this? He was, like, on some crazy timing, bro. He was crazy obsessed with her. Like, yo, like, it literally says right here, was it love or death? Or was it, like, on, again, the optics thing of he just thought down base optics? Okay, I, again, have very much incriminated and associated myself with a definitive minor. What do I do now? Because you done psyoped her, or being David in this scenario, like, yo, I done psyoped her, bro, into thinking that we're gonna get married when she's 18. That John is not gonna work, because okay, we get married when she's 18. Okay, well, we were together for years before that. Heads are gonna ask questions. Okay, you take her life, it gets found out. Like, again, that's why it's so hard to, like, even think, like, what would be the cause for David to, like, allegedly do this shit, because either fucking way, you're fucked. Oh my god. God damn it. I swear, bro.
Satan, pursue me. I still miss you the way it was before I threw my life away. Listen to the voice that tells you it's okay when it's not. And another song was posted to SoundCloud on March the 3rd, 2025 called So Long Goodbye. On March the 2nd, he posted this song that he made where you can again hear Celeste's voicemail crying and sobbing, saying he was one of her best friends and that she has a lot of alcohol in her system right now. And if you could ignore all these messages, I'm missing you so much. I'm sorry that I'm...
He posted a song where he made... Wait, God. Would you really like the grammar? Apparently not. He posted this song he made where you can again hear Celeste's voicemail crying and sobbing, saying he was one of her best friends and that she has a lot of alcohol in her system. See, yo, I wish I had this exact Reddit post too, because bro, there was that, if you had seen in the last video when we were covering the thing with the Tesla, there was that picture where there was alcohol like on one of the Tesla seats, and obviously looking at that we were saying like, oh man, like, yo, not only are you associating with this minor and we're definitely having sexual relations with her, right? You got her underage drinking and all that shit, bro. Like, holy fuck, like, how fucking heinous and important does this shit get?
Crying, right, but I'm drunk and I miss you. We don't know from when that message was from or when he wrote that. He adds her voice in a lot of this song, in a lot of the songs on the album with it, so there's really no way that he is not the one who killed her, with all of this evidence scattered around in his music and social media account. There's another link that says, I tried your special, David. That's Celeste's voice at the end of the video. And there's another link saying, this is him singing Afterlife in the David BandLab experience sometime in, and completely sobbing and not being able to finish the song on April the 25th, 2025. Damn, is that true? That's crazy.
I'm saying, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it does look like he's crying and struggling to finish. Damn. That's twisted. But that was in April. So who knows if that's a breakup or if that's mourning. Very, very dark. Okay. People saying, so yeah.
What the hell? Yeah,
Yes, he was a sicko who killed this poor girl months and months ago. God knows what he did to her body for all that time before putting her in the trunk of the car and leaving it on the street. He probably hoped the car would be towed and destroyed before her body was ever found. But also maybe he wanted to get caught. Who knows? What I think is maybe obvious is that since he killed her, he's just been...
Yeah, that was another thing too. Like all going back on the conspiracy theories, like hypothetical scenarios, alleged scenarios that, like, you know what I'm saying, David took her life. Bro, like, there was the scenario that he was wanted to do, like, this dark, twisted, romantic fantasy or whatever, that, you know, he had this whole love story. Because if you had seen a thing with Itami, I think, you know what I'm saying, Traveler Ross dropped another video going over conjecture with that, so we might have to check that one out too. But like, sidebarring that, yeah, he had the whole backstory character with Itami and like how he was going to kill Itami and like he wanted to like get rid of this character. He's obviously becoming a new and all that. So like, was he also having some like dark twisted fan? Or, like, not even was he, because you could see in his music videos romantic homicide and all that shit. And yeah, he definitely was thinking about this shit and all that. Or else how the fuck do you get these music videos? Like, so was it like now we're looking on the factor of yes, separate the art from the artist. Nope, can't do that. Bring that shit right back. We're gonna glue it right back together. Yo, brother, were you actually doing this shit? Like, yo, were you actually wanting to have like some dark twisted fantasy, bringing this up in real life, like bringing it to real life, and that's how we ended up getting this incident, this fucking tragedy? Like, bro, what the fuck? Again, like, just the more shit they're gonna be seeing, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, this guy, like, truly, like, this is way beyond, like, I know like the term sociopath and like psychopath, like, you know, they're not like officially used or whatever, but like this truly would be on that level shit. Like, this is complete, like, bro, this is, it's fucking insanity.
Living his life, playing concerts, doing interviews, traveling the world knowing she's dead. He will be charged and he will be arrested. There's no way that he didn't do it. Now, another clip has been circulating that allegedly shows David putting up a heart signal to Celeste, who is on this balcony. Now, we looked at this image. A lot of people have debated whether or not that's her on the balcony. It's quite a grainy image. It's hard to make out. But what we do see is that he seemingly blows kisses and makes sort of a half love heart, low-key GDK
That's what
sign
I'm trying.
to Celeste, allegedly, who's on this, basically on this balcony, waving. That's like a half heart sign, and he's pointing out to her. People think that's her. I'm still kind of on the fence.
Nah, I don't think that's her.
I could see that not being her, but a lot of people are saying that tube top that she's wearing was actually the same one that she was found in when she passed away. And so here's proof of that from the original article. It says the medical examiner's office said the girl was wearing a tube top, black leggings, a yellow metal chain bracelet, and stud earrings.
Hey. Oh shit. Hey.
Basically on this balcony waving. That's like a half heart sign, and he's pointing out to her. People think that's her. I'm still.
Always go back to the. I'm wait, because now I'm really looking. Is this the prank? The prank? Oh my god! Is this the pink bracelet that like she was always seen wearing, and then David had? Like right here. Because well, it's not just on that like the post that he had on his alt where he was wearing the Hello Kitty where he had it on, but there was other like pictures in John's where he had like the pink bracelets and stuff on. If this is the pink bracelets, then this is her for sure. Like, you can kind of see the resemblance, obviously, like the black hair looking kind of curly and all that. But if this is the same pink bracelets, bro, then this would have to be her. I don't know.
Kind of on the fence. I could see that not being her, but that from the low metal chain bracelet and stud earrings, described as having wavy black hair. So that does kind of match up with that outfit. But again, tube tops are ubiquitous across fashion, so that could have been another person in another tube top potentially.
That is also true. So we obviously cannot leave that out. Like, obviously that person could still not be Celeste and be another person, but I wanna, like, yo, if that image were to like hypothetically or whatever, like, be able to be more high res or whatever, would want to see if that was like the bracelet.
So allegedly TMZ actually helped identify the body. I thought this was really interesting because TMZ have been reporting on this from the very start, and it seems like they've actually involved themselves in the case pretty significantly. So these are from the earlier articles. It says TMZ received an anonymous tip claiming the body in the car was Celeste Rivas. The information provided by the mother was coupled with the anonymous tip and led TMZ to work with the LAPD to confirm Rivas' identity. So TMZ actually played a direct role in identifying the body. Before police were able to identify the body, TMZ got a tip that she was the victim. So that just goes to show you how the media is actually genuinely playing a role in the investigation. People want to say, yeah, the feds, the YouTubers are the feds. But really, TMZ are actually out there trying to help identify the body. And realistically,
Well, I'm gonna say, like, in this case, obviously with David and this incident, like, yeah, the Reddit's, well, not his main Reddit. We know that his main Reddit, the initial David, the D4vd Reddit, like, got locked, and like that John is getting deleted. Heads are taking down posts, or not heads, like David and his team, them heads are taking down posts or whatever. But the D4vd or David like 2 Reddit, and then obviously there's Celeste Rivas Hernandez Reddit. Like, these heads are giving out like information that is clearly, what I'm saying, in some regards, obviously being able to piece stuff together, obviously connect things like the post, the different posts that Celeste and David had together, different streams, any pictures, what I'm saying, any things like that together. Even like we had seen in the video yesterday with the Tesla, they had put a timeline down on all the events, so anything that happens in between, or anything like more that comes out that can be connected between these events, you could kind of piece together, like, hey man, yo David, when you're in an interrogation at this event on this day, like, what I'm saying, on Celeste's birthday, for instance, on like, what I'm saying, just as an example, what were you doing, where were you, like, what, like, what I'm saying, because as far as this post goes, you were with her on this day, and it's like you'd be able to start connecting, like, in piece and line. So the Reddits and stuff, as far as this part goes, is helping. As far as, like, what I'm saying, that Twitter post we were just talking about earlier in the vid, the one that got like 2.5 million views, yeah, niggas spreading misinformation for engagement, fuck you, like, yeah.
Talk about no snitching. Ain't no snitching in this situation. I think it's time to do everything we can to help the police with this case. Some people are mad because fans have been saying David was set up. People are saying they're delusional. Yeah, he was set up by his other self, or whatever he calls his alter ego. People are saying he's
the fuck. Oh man, Tommy did it.
Gonna try and use this insanity plea deal, but I think that's pretty much a long shot. Now,
that shit is dead, bro. He's not getting insanity, bro. Fuck off.
Now, there were these reports that David was at home playing Fortnite, okay, but he's actually now privated his Fortnite stats. Okay, his actual Fortnite account, David the Coolest, has now been privated. It was there yesterday. Now we can't see if he's getting wins, if he's still getting kills on the game. The account is officially privated there. So you can't actually see his stats, what he's doing, any of that stuff. Now, a lot of people have been speculating that maybe his management knew about what was going on. So this is a post from SF Investigates saying, clearly people close to David, like his manager, Josh Marshall, are likely trying to distance themselves not only from the death of Celeste, but also from the very public grooming and predatory behavior. Those who enabled this criminal activity should be charged alongside David. I've spoken to someone who notified Josh Marshall's camp back.
And I'm going to keep bringing this shit up, bro, because either way, obviously, again, innocent until proven guilty. He needs to go in for interrogation to see what it means of if he actually was the one that took the life of Celeste. But no matter what, this nigga is a fucking EDP, bruh. He's an EDP.
In 2024, that Celeste was considered a missing person immediately after Celeste returned home, only to run away again. Josh, David's manager, cannot claim that he wasn't aware that Celeste was an underage runaway. People saying they totally knew. He will hopefully be charged with kidnapping. I don't think Josh can be charged as an accomplice, though. It depends if he found out and then she ran back home after a February 2024 missing persons report and ran away again in April if he didn't say anything. They're saying if they could tie it back to him, which honestly I don't think they can. People are saying, of course they knew. She went to David's shows and was backstage with...
The thing would be like, okay, if they tie it back to him, is it the factor that he knew and he was helping, like, David? Like, okay, for instance, like, he's his manager, obviously, his manager is gonna help him within regards to his music career. He's a singer-songwriter, that being David, but like, he's gonna help him, like, get sponsorships, get deals. He had deals with Crocs and Hollister and things, so like, your manager's gonna do those type of things. But it would be on the factor, is your manager helping you assist like assisting you in basically not only like basically the abduction of Celeste, but like, I'm saying, you doing all these different things and keeping her around, like, is he helping you with that? Because then that makes him a definitive accomplice if he's doing that type of shit. But if it's like, okay, he knows you're with this girly popper, he's just your fucking manager, and like, yo, you're a famous rapper, singer, songwriter, yada yada, artist or whatever, and he's just like, yeah, this is just one of the girly pops David be fucking with, I don't know, and it's just like he's kind of oblivious, then you can kind of see the factor of plausible deniability, because then it's like, okay, like, like, he ain't really know like that. But then you be seeing these niggas in the Discord, then it's like, alright, nah, bro, see, this is another thing. Some of these niggas were saying in the Discord that, like, yo, they didn't know shit, bro, they didn't know nothing. Nah, bro, listen, we had no idea. I'm like, bro, fuck, bro, Celeste in this Discord, we got multiple screenshots of her in this Discord saying shit, bro, and y'all niggas are acknowledging it, bro. What the fuck? Bro, nah, hold on, bro. Now, granted, there's also the, I guess, charitability, which there should be none to these fucks. But like, there's also the fact of like, yeah, this is just online shit, so not niggas are not gonna be like, yo, bro, this is fucking like how it is in Europe right now, bro. Real ID immediately. Like, bro, it's not gonna be like that or some shit. Even though, honestly, bro, when it comes to fucking Discord, first of all, fuck Discord. Not even going to another sidebar. Fuck Discord. Discord is a fucking allegation magnet. Fuck that platform. I hope that dumpster fire fucking burns. I'm not gonna lie. I swear to God, like, yo, that shit. Bad shit just keeps spawning from that shit. Especially if you're a content creator or some shit like that, you want to be like a, I don't know, TikToker, streamer, you know, YouTuber, whatever the means may be. I'm gonna give you the advice. Shout out Pope DR. He says the same shit. Fuck a Discord. You don't need that shit. That is like 100% like a worse optics decision. Do not make a Discord. So sidebar that, going back into David's fucking Discord. Yeah, like, yo, these motherfuckers were in there, bro. Like, they had to know some shit. Like, I'm not expecting them to, again, know her, like, fucking social security number or some shit like that. But, bro, like, some signs gotta be leaning, bro. Like, bro, ain't nobody questioning shit. No one. And then, bro, you see the nigga emoji, the other nigga that had owned the Discord or whatever, bro. Some of the shit that they were saying, bro, holy fuck. Like, if you had seen some of that shit he was saying on Twitter, bro, hell nah, bro. You really gotta look at these niggas. The fuck, bro? Like, yo.
His brother, taking one look at the girl, you'd know she was a child. The fact she couldn't drive or had to use a fake ID might have been a good indicator too.
No, on me, bro. That one picture. Hold up, bro. Hold on. And then two to that, if you don't know. Hold on. I'm not sure. Was it in the beginning of this video? It may not have been this one. Hold on. I believe. I might have honestly been the one that we covered yesterday. This right here, yeah, that's. Get into it. Alright, hold on. There's so many things coming out about this. There we go. Yes, literally this. Hold on. Get that shit out, bro. Can you move your big ass head, nigga? Fuck it, whatever. But yeah, you seeing her? Brother, this is a child, brother. This is a jit. And again, funny enough, with the thing I had pulled up within the last video, this is a jit who wanted to go back to her mommy and sister. Bro, this nigga David is fucked, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Can't wait till they get to interrogation for that nigga. Ask that nigga every fucking question. Every single one.
So people are continuing to try and build the timeline of the case. Another timeline has dropped that is pointing out a number of new details. So we can have a quick run through of this if you are so interested. Okay, here's a timeline of the case up until now that I made. Let me know if I need to add anything. It says, hey guys, here's a timeline I made of the case. It's David and Celeste timeline. So late 2021 or early 2022, David and Celeste meet on Fortnite. David is 16 or 17 and Celeste is only 11 or 12. On March the 28th, 2022, David drops the song Decide and the lyrics are Save Your Tears, 7 years, which refers to her being 11 at the time and wanting to wait 7 years until she's 18. On September the 7th, 2022, David drops Romantic Homicide on Celeste's birthday. On October the 23rd, at 8:14 p.m.
Another connection of doing something on her birthday.
David asks on his Discord server, is Celeste in here? And she replies, hi David, bark. On March the 31st,
oh, you've seen this screenshot.
First, at 8:51 p.m., a Discord user named James Buttergun tells another Discord user named Englezi, and messages him and says he only adds underage girls, meaning David. Englezi replies, I know, right? And James Buttergun responds, I'm not joking either. On September the 7th at 11:27 p.m., David sends the birthday suicide song to the Discord on Celeste's 13th birthday. Sometime in December 2023, another song's written about Celeste and is leaked. A photo of them is taken on December the 12th. The next day, on the 13th, another photo is taken of them. On January the 11th, 2024, David starts a Twitch stream with Celeste, and Celeste says, it's controversial of you, kids.
Yep, yeah, we had definitely seen this clip, bro. That's... Because this was the clip where you could see them in chat and they're saying, like, David Epstein list, David and Celeste Epstein files, bro. Like, fuck you, David.
staff, and then David says delete everything, delete the VOD. On Valentine's Day 24, Celeste is reported for the first time to be missing by her mother on Facebook. On the 26th, TikTok user Robin River comments on a video of David saying, waiting for the LAPD to get your ass for messing with a 13-year-old.
Stand.
A photo of them is then taken on February the 27th. On the 28th of March, Celeste is mentioned by Discord users again. On April the 5th, after returning home, Celeste is last seen in Lake Elsinore in California wearing grey pants, a black sweater, a hat, and a Hello Kitty sandals, and is reported missing. Between April the 24th and May the 24th, David is seen minutes away paying off Celeste's classmates. In May of 2024, Celeste...
This is a screenshot where she was he being David was what's her name. We had seen two angles of this. There was the one where he was wearing the black hat with the pink Jones and then the black fit. There was the Tesla in the background and with the road signs, and it was around like the neighborhood where Celeste had supposedly lived. And there's an under screenshot, the main one, where you could see him like he's standing next to this like JIT or whatever, and he's clearly like, you know what I'm saying, obviously doing some John, like, and this is the scenario where they're saying he was paying the JITs off. Yo, man, I'm telling you, there's so much, like, so many connections. And even like Triple Ross said, like, obviously it's getting more to the point where investigation process is getting deeper in, so the information on this part like is saturating up. But yeah, there's just so many fucking connections, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Is found in Hollywood, brought back home, and is seen at school. In May of 2024, she leaves again and isn't seen since. June the 27th, she's backstage with David. August the 16th, Discord user Ponzalo says, drop the one with the missing girl, Celeste Rivers Hernandez. December the 21st, a Discord mod named Safia replies to a girl called Ella saying Celeste is the girl he showed in his stream. Yehu Woohoo 7 is the girl who spoiled him. So I assume my house is not my home is probably about Celeste. On April the 2nd, 2025, Celeste is seen in David's TikTok posts. September the 8th, the body is found dismembered in a trunk of a Tesla registered to David, and from the 8th to the 10th, Redditors speculate that the body is belonging to Celeste. On September the 17th, the body is identified as being Celeste. The next day, David's manager's house is raided.
Bro, that shit just keeps baffling the shit out of me. Like, it just doesn't, like, again, y'all tell me if this don't correlate for you. If you have a Tesla, a very expensive car, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just not some junk you about to pick up every day, boy. You pay that top dollar for this, right? And your junk gets impounded and all that, right? Are you not going to go and get your car? So within this car, obviously, we know is signed to David, is registered to him, is under his name. And Celeste is found in your car that you did not go to get after it was left for 3 weeks and got impounded. Why would you not go get your car back, David? And plausible deniability says he's on tour, man. He's on tour. Yo, he can't personally himself go get back his car. Oh, well, okay, he got a manager, he has a team. Why don't one of them get it? I'm telling you, bruh. He fucking knows some shit.
By the police. That same day, David's label cuts him off, and on the 22nd, David begins deleting posts from his Reddit and locks the Reddit. On the 24th, David privates his Fortnite profile. On that same day, Celeste's body is released back to the family. He was saying, no, some people think the Tesla was towed away on September the 5th or 6th, and the body was discovered on the 8th. That's actually not what I heard. I thought it was on the 7th, because it seemed a bit too coincidental to be her birthday. But people have been noticing other weird things about the case. This is another post that's been going around on David Unfiltered. People are saying weird things about the case. 1, cold-hearted murderers are not usually this talented. The dude's ability to convey emotions through music is top-level talent. 2, a lack of motive. Oh, God. As rich as famous as he is, why murder this poor girl and potentially ruin his life? Yes, he is 5 years older, but so what? The police clearly don't care because he was already reported. He could have kept her underground till she was 18 and no one would have cared. Obviously, her own family was okay with it.
Yeah, I definitely would have cared.
And even if he had to face
trying to marry her, bro. Okay, again, we're looking at her. Okay, like this is you just break down the information. I don't understand. This is just a base level thing. I don't know. Like, do I have to teach y'all teach these motherfuckers the thought process? You just break things down. Okay, she gets to 18. They get married, as we just said earlier. All right, y'all getting married. Cool, love. All right. Well, funny enough, she's getting married at 18. Man, it's pretty young to get married. I don't know. This might be a hefty decision for her. And wait a minute, she's getting married at 18. Y'all been together for some years. David, how old are you? Like this is the process that easily just gets brought down. Like I don't know. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
legal consequences for being minor, they wouldn't have been that serious. And 3, he never seemed happy to me. He's been crying on stage lately and has always been sad making music. In conclusion, I believe there's more to the story than the simplified evil PDF story we're seeing online. Yes, there's lots of evil in him. Yes, he did it, but there's got to be more to the story. And people...
I mean, I agree on that. Excuse me. Well, I agree on that. There's definitely more to the story. There's absolutely more to the story. Like, have they, again, done the interrogation process with David? We don't fucking know. And if they have not done that shit yet, well, when they do, I would assume that they're gonna find out some shit. So there's definitely more to this.
Saying that this might be the dumbest point that anyone has ever raised in in defense of David. Like, I don't know, navigating your breakup with a 14-year-old while keeping everything a secret and being an actual world-famous celebrity embarking on a world tour. They're saying he might be a high-functioning sociopath. They may initially present like an average person, can be relatively successful in life. They tend to have strong family backgrounds, careers, relationships, and children. It's only during stress, transitions, or pressure-filled situations that a sociopath's true colors become clear. Okay.
Well, you know how the fuck... No. You know how the fuck you avoid these stressful transitions or pressure-filled situations? You don't put yourself in them. You don't think you're gonna fucking marry a goddamn 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, bro, what? Bro, oh my fucking god. Like, yo, it's so fucking crazy. And, like, that's ain't even brought a point to this. Like, yeah, like, you present as an average person. You're relatively successful. You're chilling, bro. And I tell you all the time, there is nothing, I don't give a fuck what a nigga say. There is nothing wrong with being normal. Niggas like, bro, I want to be average. Bro, I want to be all this shit, bro. I want to be rich and famous. No, bro, you want niggas to glaze your dick up. You want validation and gratification. How about you go get that shit from people who actually love your dumb ass, bro, and not from random niggas online, bro. That shit be pissing me the fuck off. I swear to God. Like, yo, they be on that shit all the fucking time. But even like, yo, just sidebar and that dumbass shit, bro. I'm telling you, the clout is rotting these niggas' brains. Like, yo, you're chilling, bro. You're average boy. Ain't nothing going on in your life, bro. Like nothing crazy. Not like nothing going on. It's like you're down bad on shit. Like, you're relatively successful. Like, you're just chilling, bro. You have the strong family backgrounds, bro. Shout out, shout out to the boss. We know, you know what I'm saying. Again, share love with Celeste's parents, because mourn, again, it's a terrible tragedy. Yo, your careers, like, not even, if we're using David's example, like, yeah, like, well, damn, strong family background, I mean, homeschooling thing, they're bringing that up. But let's just say, like, for the average person, right? Your family background is good, you got a good family life, your career is good, like, you know what I'm saying, you're obviously paying your bills off, bro, you know what I'm saying, you're able to have fun with your life, you're chilling, your relationships is fire, bro, in the perception that, not the perception, in the hypothetically you have children, like, you know, you're a fire, you know what I'm saying, family life. Why the fuck would you go out and do some dumb shit like, bro, oh my god. It just keeps getting fucking worse, bro. Like, again, just reading more shit. Because why the fuck would you put yourself in this situation? Like, well, your life is good, bro. You're like, you dead ass avoiding the fucking problems. Niggas, bro, fuck taking a step in, boy. These niggas dive in. These niggas dive head first in that shit, boy. What the fuck? Oh man, bro. Again, bro. Tragedies.
Stress, transitions, or pressure-filled situations that a sociopath's true colors become clear. Okay, people saying, you ever heard of Ian Watkins? That's a very gross story. We're not going to get into it. People saying talent has nothing to do whether people can do terrible things. Some of the most talented people in the world are horrible people. Let's use Adolf as an example. They were a talented painter, but a terrible person. There's tons of rappers out there.
The Austrian painter.
But have committed murders. Someone else mentioned Ian Watkins of Lost Prophets. He was a talented musician with a large following who turned out to be the PDF. So talent has nothing to do with what someone is capable of. It's just rare that we see public figures in the news for this sort of crime.
It's why I say the root of all evil is greed, bro. I'm standing on that shit, bro. The root of all evil is greed. I will forever believe that, bro. That will never, like, ever change in my mind. Because heads love to say the root of all evil is money, or money is the root of all evil, bro. Money is fucking paper, bro. Money is paper. See my notepad? Paper. You know what I'm saying? Paper. What you do with the money, what you do with this physical object being paper or whatever, your intentions with that is what's the root behind the evil. You know what I mean? And within that, to have evil, usually evil is based off of greed because people want some shit, and usually that shit may be harmful, malicious, and all that. So I don't give a fuck. Again, Trilly stamped in. I need to put this on the Trexicon, funny enough, but Trilly will be stamping in furthermore, and we'll keep saying it in further Jones because we've said it before, that greed is the root of all evil. Facts. Because people be greedy as fuck, and with greed, sometimes, yeah, they do really, really bad shit. Because there can be good greed in which, like, yo, heads want to put on for they fam. Trilly and all that. We're like, yo, you want your peoples to eat and all that, bro. We got to put our peoples on, bro. Yeah, we want the cheese. We want to do all this. Like, yo, that's good greed. Like, that's obviously with good intentions. This shit, fuck no. Boy, what the fuck? This is the worst intentions I ever seen in my goddamn life. Like,
there's plenty of people out there who are talented in various ways but have done horrible things. You just don't hear about their talents because they weren't famous, and their horrible actions overshadow their positive attributes. It would be tone deaf for the media to bring up how talented a random murderer was as if to glorify the murderer. He definitely did have a motive, that's facts. People were looking for the missing girl and he'd been seen with her multiple times. His life was going to potentially be over if the relationship with Celeste became common knowledge. So
exactly. See, now, this is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Missing girl and he'd been seen with her multiple times. His life was going to potentially be over if the relationship with Celeste became...
And that's what I'm saying. If we're going for David's intentions on this, like in the hypothetical, bro, if we're going down the route of optics, like purely optics, he was fucked, bro. Like, he was fucked regardless, bro. Like, there was nothing he could do. He was already seen on streams, multiple pictures in connections to her, bro. Like, there was nothing, bro. You get married, they asking questions. She is now deceased. Her life was taken again. Bless up, you know what I mean? But they fucking forget question. Well, yeah, not forget question because investigation. But bro, brother, you are hella incriminated, brother. You about to go to jail for fucking life. This is why I just came off as saying before. You're a successful singer and songwriter within David as the example. Life good, bro. You're living a life people literally fucking sit at night and dream of. Ponder of, stare at their fucking ceiling over. And you're doing this fuckery? Like, yo, it's like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Dumb as shit. Horrendous as fuck. Abhorrent as shit. Terrible. I could not list enough goddamn adjectives to explain how fucking bad. Super sidebar rant aside, getting back to this. Yeah, no, he put himself in a definitive, like I said in the last video, lose-lose scenario. You lose on both sides. You indeed lose on both sides. Yeah. Without fail. Without fail.
Common knowledge, so there's the motive. The better question is who else had more of a motive than him, especially when he was nearly always with her. Him being sad is all the more reason he likely did it. If someone is happy and content, they're not going to be very likely to dwell on dark things like murder. Being in a dark, depressed mood can absolutely make someone feel like all hope is lost, and then even the worst ideas seem like good ones. I get not wanting to believe someone whose music you enjoy could do such terrible things, but unfortunately everyone is capable of the things that you wouldn't imagine possible. I too wish this wasn't true, but as more stuff comes out, there's too many coincidences for this to all be a coincidence.
Because this is what I've been saying the whole time on the Separate the Art from the Artist channel. I know Trilly yaps everything, Trilly repeats himself, but this is what I've been saying the entire time. At what point is it like, yo, the stars are aligning so fucking perfectly? We're looking at the goddamn constellations, bro. I'm seeing the Little Dipper, the Big Dipper. I'm seeing Orion, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, we're already looking through a fucking telescope, bro. How much more we gotta see? Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. You can't separate the art from the artist. Not with David. Not in this scenario. I'm sorry. This could be the outlier, bro. We can't separate it. Hell no, we can't.
Okay. And the last thing I'm going to show you is some people are trying to implicate the management. Oh, we already spoke about people saying that they had something to do with it. But this guy, okay, and this is David Unfiltered.
I feel like it depends on levels of implication. I feel like, yo, them niggas in the Discord, oh yeah, your asses should be definitely asked questions for sure. They're probably going to subpoena Discord for all them shit. So they probably already doing that. Discord and probably the first Reddit. I don't know. But, sidebarring that, like, yeah, the manager and shit, though, I think just off basis they gotta ask those niggas questions because you're the fucking manager. I'm assuming you're around like David and like his team and like obviously like the manager and team are around him constantly. Maybe not every fucking day of his life, every hour of his life, but like you're definitely gonna be around him a good amount of times throughout the month than not. So like, yo, you've definitely seen something, bro. So we gotta ask you questions for sure. Like, I'm not saying send these niggas to jail immediately, bro, but like, I'll ask you a question or two. Yeah, I know you know some. No.
No moderation in here, so we don't agree with these things that are going on. All right, there's a lot of David defense. We don't agree with it, but I'm going to share it with you so you know the sorts of ridiculous things that people are saying. I'm not going to say that word. It begins with R. I think it was the manager. I just feel like it wasn't David. It just seems like too much of a cover-up. Too many bad moves and not enough motive. Too many bad moves and not enough motive. Why would he kill her? Can't, because she was young. That's what he likes. It couldn't be because she was preg. He knew that what he was doing was it couldn't be because he didn't want anyone to know, because he was be all over social media and made songs about it publicly again. So why would he do it? I think it was either the manager or the mother. Both would have a reason to want her out of the picture on his behalf. The mother is overprotective, so she found out the girl was having a child, knowing her son won't stop messing with her, and he was blowing up. It would have been a bad look. She tried to protect him in his career, even with the manager. He got money invested to David and was the one with the house and cars. Always follow the money. I think what about the money David was allegedly paying kids?
Trilly will tell you, as the pocket watcher who loves a dollar, who's definitely gonna put, like, you know what I'm saying, the boss in a 5 bath, and that motherfucker is not free for a McMansion. Hell nah, bro. That shit gonna cost $1. Actually, a lot of them, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. That shit got a couple zeros. Actually, 6+. But anyway, barring that, yeah, bro, don't always follow the money. Bro, I ain't never seen a dollar I didn't like, barring morals and ethics. Let's start adding those to that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be really good. You know, dirty money fucking sucks. You know what I mean? Also, yeah, it could be, well, not could be. If it directly is dirty money from like money laundering and shit, then yeah, that is incriminating. But like within this, on the like tip of morals and ethics, like, yeah, no. See, I'll tell y'all all the time, like, yeah, I want the dollars. Hell yeah, bro. Because we got to put the boss in a 5 bath. But is it about like the 5 bath in itself? Fuck no. It's about, yo, the boss has been working her ass off the whole fucking life. I want her to be chilling in a nice ass crib. She need to be good. You know what I mean? Like, it's about fan, bro. I don't know. At least number one is fan for Trilly. I don't know how other well, of course I wouldn't know, because everybody's different and other things all the time. Like, I don't know what's number one for y'all, bro, but fam is number one for me. So like, yo, within wanting cheese is so them heads could be good. My fam, my peoples, you know what I'm saying? I say it all the time. The boss, my little sis, my extended family, my bros, like, heads could be good. The only reason I want cheese, other than I don't give a fuck, bro. We make the slops. You know what I'm saying, barring situations like this, because this is no slop. This is a fucking, again, tragedy. I don't know how many times I have to say that. But like, we make the slop, CDST, all the different type of Jones. We watch anime. I'm good, bro. Life chilling. Like, yo, heads was harping on my shit for that, bro. And I don't blame them, because they want to see the best for Trilly, which is shout out, sure love the audience. I mean, we love the audience, but I'll tell heads, like, bro, all the major Jones I'm trying to do, bro, is never really nothing crazy. Like, what top 3 Jones want to do is just go chill on a beach in Okinawa. Like, I'm really not trying to do shit. Other heads, like, want to do grandiose things. Like, you know, it fucking sucks to use this fuck as an example. But, like, even David Preet is coming out. Like, other heads want to be famous singer-songwriters. Other heads want to be, like, you know what I'm saying, these great, like, in these great doctors, great lawyers, like, you know what I'm saying, highly accoladed people, and that's grand. I think everybody should follow their dreams, all this different type of jazz. That's fantastic, and be successful at that. That is grand. But for Trilly, I'm just chilling. Yo, we gonna make sure the boss is good off the slops, and then we'll keep making more slops. Facts. But like, yeah, within that though, like within like all of that beat, like it's not on the malicious tip. It's not on the tip of like, oh yeah, we gonna do this because we just need to keep the background. Fuck everybody, bro. We need to keep our lifestyle up. I'm like, nah, bro. The lifestyle gonna be good off the basis of, yeah, bro, we've seen the grind, you know what I'm saying? At least we've seen the boss's grind. Obviously, we're on the grind right now or whatever. But like we've seen all, like, you know what I'm saying, the struggle, the you know what I'm saying, the strife, all this type of junk. And like, yo, when you get to that success, you really value it now. You get in situations like this, in this hypothetical or whatever, like coming from this person, like right here, if like, yeah, if his mom or whatever is truly like fueled by the cheese and now they're doing all this heinous shit to do cover-ups, like, bro, this is where the money and clout fucked you up and corrupted you. And this is what I keep saying, nah, bro. Grassroots, steady roots, homegrown shit. It's the best way, in Trilly's opinion. But yeah, bro, and super rant aside, we already know Trilly ups everything. Like, yo, bro, follow the good intentions. Better yet, fuck that. Follow the people who have your best interests at heart. Because another thing I always say is, too, materialistic shit and all that truly means fucking nothing, right? I don't know, at least to me, like, on a basis. Because one of the things I truly believe in, and I put it in my quote book or whatever, but like, if you have an object, if you have something of value, duh, like it's valued at something, it's worth money, like you can buy this, yada yada. But if no one else can perceive that value, is it really worth anything? If you have hella money, cars, all this cool ass shit, but no one's ever gonna see that shit, you have no one to share with, no fam, no peoples, nothing, is it worth shit? Hell nah, bro. You the only motherfucker that's gonna know about it. The only motherfucker that's gonna participate with it. These niggas gonna glaze you on the internet, but bro, you never gonna have these niggas sit in your shit and enjoy it with you, bro. What the fuck? It's like, bro, this is the shit. Oh my god. We having fucking like huge. I'm telling you, I can really get Trill know how I started. But bro, it's this shit I just be sitting like finger all ranting about all the time. And when I see Jones like this, especially associated to again another tragedy incident like this, it's like, bro, fuck, bro. The money and clout is absolutely fucking destroying people, bro. Like it is just again a tragedy.
I think everyone knew about him and the girl and they wouldn't stop, and somebody close to him did it, what he couldn't in his best mind. They needed her out of the picture and it backfired, and now that he's working with the police because he's innocent of murder, the real perp's trying to clean the tracks. Yeah, he's a PDF, but not killer, just dumb AF. This comment is dumb AF. That's ridiculous, okay? I think this is the funny thing. It's like people are like, oh, someone else would have a motive. No one would have a bigger motive than David to do this, okay? And we're still waiting for an arrest.
Exactly, like, because everything, again, all the sides point, like...
We're still waiting for an update. You know, I'm not sure if that report of... you know, of the murder taking place in the home is accurate. It was on Dom is Live. Shout out to Dom is Live, but we're going to need to see something to substantiate that. But yeah, this is the latest update. There haven't been too many new things found. I'm going to do an Atami video breaking that down. I see Charleston White made some comments in an interview with somebody that he basically believes that David didn't do it. So I will explore that. I will make a video on that later on, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to do some other topics. I know some people are tired of hearing about this David story. Look, I'm just trying to do my best to cover all the updates. I think we're running dry on new information at this stage, so I'm going to cover some more videos. I've been doing the Young Boy Tour updates, which some people have appreciated. We're waiting for Young Thug's album to drop in a couple of days. That's going to be pretty big news. Waiting for the YF and Lucci situation. But if there's anything else you guys want me to cover, let me know down below. I will keep you guys in the loop about
I should love a chat with Ross.
It doesn't have to be music related. If there's any other crime, news, politics topics you want me to cover, let me know, and I will make some more videos on those topics. But I appreciate you tapping in. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
You already know, baby. Shout out again, one of hip hop commentary's goats, Trapler Ross. Of course, that was LAPD believes that D4vd, never beating the dumbass allegations. D4vd, David, killed Celeste in his home. And again, if you guys would want to watch the OG video by Trapler Ross, to, get all the, major things from the Reddit and all the things as such like that, without the Trilly app, without the Trilly conjecture, it'll be in the description. First link, sure to love it again, Trapler Ross, or what type of art was that? With Trapler Ross, again, he's been posting, a ton of videos going over all the updates of the situation. He's been going over it, pretty good. Pretty grand. But you already know, obviously, he does the, so Atlannology, Chiracology, covers all the things with gangs and all that, and he makes, really good deep dives and all that. So, you already know his coverage. Gonna be good on that, boy. Excellent. Anyway, though, final pains and conjecture. It's just going on with this more again, the connections and everything just... They just line up so much to the point where it's again, I don't know how he hasn't been interrogated. If he hasn't yet, again, that's presuming he hasn't been. If he's in the process of being interrogated now, for instance, then yeah, good. Again, we should have hit it expedited on that shit. No cap. We needed express shipping on this one. No cap. For real. But sidebarring that, yeah. Within this, I would just imagine with him getting investigated, or better yet to that, interrogated and finally getting questioned and all that, there's no way that they're not gonna find out way more information from him. There's no way he's not gonna feel honestly, let's keep it a buck, within a situation pressured, which he definitely should, because yeah, he is absolutely the main suspect in this shit, to divulge what the fuck happened and obviously, bring himself to justice. But as we can see, now he's busy playing Fortnite and shit and, trying to flee his, home. So, it's not looking like he's trying to be on the tip of divulging about this. But obviously within this, even Trapler Ross is saying a lot of information is starting to all come out and all formulate. They're building out, very much timelines. Very, saying very much on the grammar tip, because Trilly can grammar for shit. Very much filled out timelines of most of the shit that's going on. But obviously within any more information coming out, of course, we'll check that boy out. And as you've seen, Trapler Ross said he was going to cover the John and Tommy, so I think we might check that out soon. But of course, we will see within all the updates coming out about the David incident. Other than that, though, shit all over Trap Lord Ross once more, and I'm finna catch y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.